song, the music, intro music.
Lizzie, we're live.
Intro music.
What is going on, people?
Boop, boop.
What? So I know I sent the invite and scheduled this, but like, what are we talking about?
Why
Y'all
are
remember?
we here today, Desi? This is so typical. Today we're going to talk about LCI, which I'm so excited about, and we're going to talk about the things that we got in the works behind the scenes, and we get to talk. And Miss Eileen joins us today to talk about some very specific things and some asks and some opportunities when people come to Arlington.
Yes, Arlington 25, LCI Congress 25. We're talking all about Congress stuff. I want to.
Exciting stuff, guys. Very
Yes.
exciting stuff.
Yes. And so if you're out there in the Omniverse, all you folks out there, drop us a cowboy hat in the comments.
Yes.
If you are a lean fanatic, let us know you're there. And if you have questions about sponsorship, about where, when, signing up, being there, learning days, golf tournament, or even abstracts, because we still have a week, right? We still have 1 week for people to submit abstracts. All the LCI Congress stuff, we will do our best to answer it. And just so y'all know, I don't know how I got so fortunate. I'm up here with like the LCI Congress royalty, because Jennifer didn't say it, but she is the co-chair along with Keon Zandy of this year's Congress. And then we have Miss Eileen, who is like the czar of sponsorships. So, look, we got a cowboy hat. What's up? So, Eileen, like, what? You and I finally got to meet like in person because I'm on the committee and driving people crazy. Of course, we connected, but you're like ultra committed and have been for years to the sponsorship end of this whole thing. What are the highlights? Like, why is it so important to you?
So I've actually been with LCI for 11 years.
Nice.
And I have to say that sponsorship is very important because it furthers the mission of the organization. So Congress is how we get the message out there. It's how people share their stories. It's transparency. It's lessons learned. And we're able to help fund that through sponsorships and exhibits. And that's why I'm particularly passionate about that. And it's also looking at people finding what they need, whether it's FaceTime or they want recognition or whether they want to position themselves as leaders in the industry and being able to give them that as well. So it's kind of a twofold purpose.
Yeah. And so is it just like super easy? You just have a list that you call and like, hey man, come sponsor this thing, and they jump in, or what's that like?
Oh, I asked them to jump and they say how high, and that is not true. That is not true, but I thought I'd throw that out there. It's just a matter of finding out what people want. We do have the people that sponsor every year. You might be aware of who they are. But there are people from the specific area that are looking to position themselves as leaders in the industry. There are people that will contact me saying, you're coming to my area. I absolutely want to showcase myself. We have the Congress Planning Team, or the Content and Outreach Committee, pardon me. They're very helpful in searching out sponsors and exhibitors. So it's not just a one-man band. It's actually the team of people that do it all and work with sponsorships and exhibits.
Oh my God. Okay. I got more for you. Well, we also got Melissa Smith. She dropped the cowboy hat. She said, what's up, y'all? What's going on, Melissa? And that first LinkedIn user, that's Mika, who actually has volunteered to be part of the outreach committee. Thank you for supporting us.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we can keep spreading the news. So in terms of like you personally being on this sponsorship thing, you and I had a conversation. I was like, oh man, like you really love it, or at least that's what comes across, that you're really committed to this part of the whole experience. What is it about that gets you enthralled and willing to be on stage with of course,
with you and Jed? Okay, that's an interesting question. That's something I'm not prepared to answer, but let me think on it a little bit.
Okay.
Things that I really enjoy about the sponsorship and exhibitor section of Congress is, and to be completely truthful, I love people
Okay.
and I like working with people, and I'm not necessarily a math and data person, so that side of things it skeeves me out, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm not a fan, but being able to work with people to help them figure out what type of recognition they want to get. I actually do like the sales aspect. People might not think that that's a good thing to like, but again, matching the person with the opportunity in the sales aspect is what I really like and what I'm passionate about.
The people, the matching, I think that comes across, right? Because it's not just selling your wares, it's
Right.
matching to their need and what their focus is and how they want to serve and how they want to be viewed. So
I
speaking
probably
of,
shouldn't say this, Jesse. I'm going to interrupt you for just a second. But, we mentioned, Jen is happy I'm interrupting Jesse. Okay, this is good. I love the dynamic here. I will say that personally, and sometimes at the detriment of LCI, just don't tell anybody I said that. I have told people not to sponsor certain things because I don't feel it will match with them for what they really need. And I've told, it might not be as much money, it might not be, but it will give them the opportunity to do what they want. Because again, if someone sponsors something, it can be $20,000, but it's not really what they want. It'll leave them with a bad experience. They won't come back. They'll have negative feelings. So I want to make sure that people absolutely get what they need to out of sponsorship, and Congress as well.
Which is the ultimate. I mean, that's just responsible, and like props to you, because a lot of people just take the check.
Money.
All right. But
that's not our purpose, and that's not our mission either. So
right. And you're coming at it with the heart of service of like, how do we make sure this is best, not just for us, but for you as well. And so, I was kind of cruising around on the website, which, by the way, if you don't know what we're talking about, y'all, and you want some information, you go to congress.leanconstruction.org and get the deets. But I was looking at the sponsorship page, and it says something about exhibitors. Like, what's an exhibitor? What does that mean? And why is it in the sponsorship page?
So that's a good question about why it's on the sponsorship page. And it's all about the experience for the attendees as well as for the sponsor or exhibitor. And the reason that it's on the sponsorship page is because it's all in the sales package for Congress. So yes, being an exhibitor is whether you have a service or a product, anything that you are looking to share with owners, designers, engineers, contractors, trade partners, anything that you think that will help them on their lean journey in some way. That's being an exhibitor. You get to have a booth or a spot in our exhibit hall, which is where they all gather, and show your wares and show your service and explain what it is that you do and why it's important to someone on their lean journey. We have software, we have safety specialists, we've had banks for lend, all kinds of different things that aid people in the design and construction industry. Now, I will say something. We have something completely new this year called the Innovation Spotlight, which we're all really excited about. Yes. It is an opportunity for people in the exhibit hall to speak as alongside the concurrent sessions. So people have been asking for a technology, I don't necessarily want to say track because it's not necessarily part of the core program. It runs alongside it. But they've been asking for technology sessions and things like that. So this gives the exhibitors, and again, this is a paid thing. The exhibitors do have to pay to become a part of it, but it gives them an opportunity to really showcase whether it's research or product demos, case studies, and what it is that they're all about, and explain that to the attendees that come to that session. So we're really excited about the Innovation Spotlight. There's 5 spots completely in the show, and we've already sold 2 of them. So we're really excited about it.
Oh my goodness. That does sound fun because yes, right? Like, yes, I'm an old schooler. I'm how should I say? I'm a late adopter on a lot of the tech and apps and software and stuff. But I do know it's extremely valuable. And I know a lot of the folks out there, our fellow lean fanatics, lean construction enthusiasts, we're always kind of hungry for like what's new, what else is out there that we can tinker around with to make a better experience, ideally. Look at this. We got another party animal, Miss Zeal. Good morning. How you doing, sister? So
can I share something?
Sure, Jennifer.
Okay, because I mean, like, I want to double down on some of the things that Eileen said, because one, I get a lot of behind the scenes information, and so there's a cheat code that I really want people to be listening to and pay attention to when it comes to the stuff that Eileen's asking for and that she's talking about. Is we are very intentional when it comes to presentations, when the abstracts come in, when we are looking at what content we want to share. We are very intentional that we don't want it to be a sales pitch. And I'm going to tell you why. Because people are paying to come and learn, and they are going to select a room to go and sit in and be able to, to take something away and go and apply it back at their job site, at their firm. And if we allow kind of sales pitchy presentations, number one, if they don't have the software, if they don't have it, they're already not going to be able to do anything with it. And two, it may be very niche. It may be very specific to a certain level of people that have the ability to purchase those things. So we are very intentional on our breakout presentations to not have a sales presentation. So what's awesome is what Eileen does is one, you get a booth. And so you're in a one room with a group of people that maybe want to hear you, or you're in a trade show room where everybody's walking by. You get one-on-one conversations. You get to ask questions. They get to ask questions of you. And you, again, your reach is going to be so much more. So there's that piece. And then you also, which Eileen's really good about matching and like figuring out who goes where. But I have seen that because of people that have come in and done the trade show, had a booth, started conversations with people, got work from that, they then now have a story and a case study that they can then present next year at Congress or a following. And yeah, the software is in there, but it's not a pitch. And then they have a better chance of getting in front of a bigger audience. So I just wanted to say that.
Oh.
Jay, you are handling all of my calls for the next couple of months when we go for Congress sales. I love that. Thank you for explaining that. That was wonderful.
And if you didn't just catch what happened, first, Jen went in and got like ultra clear, like, hey, this ain't just about you coming up here and say, and wait, there's more. Yes. And then Eileen's like, she does this. She's like ninja level recruiter. So like, hey, you're going to help me with this thing. And it's like, yeah, sure. Oh, crap. I just signed up for that, which is absolutely necessary. So in terms of sponsorship, I'm going to share my screen right quick. And so people can see, like, folks out there in the Omniverse, if you're thinking about what is it going to look like, what's the layout, I stole this directly off of the website here. And so it looks like there's plenty of spots available.
Hold on.
And
now,
wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Wait, there's more.
There's going to be like, wait a minute. We've already got some stuff locked in already. What is this?
So the process of securing a booth or a sponsorship at Congress does involve an agreement or a contract. And that's so we can protect you as well as ourselves for force majeure or anything and that's also so we can secure deadlines. We need your logo by this. We need the contract by this. We need the payment by this and all of that other stuff. So what's showing on that map is people that have already given me their contracts back, signed and executed. So there are many contracts out there that are not shown on that map. So the exhibit booths are actually going pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So I wanted to throw that out there. If you are interested in an exhibit booth, you need to contact me because the show is definitely selling out pretty quickly.
Oh, okay. So then
pull the map up back up. Pull the map up because I want to like put this in perspective. It rolled out the sponsorship opportunities and the being able to get a booth rolled out less than 2 weeks ago. Like it's not been very long, and the big booths are gone. So like, I'm just telling you, like right now, what Eileen is saying is, yes, it's been 2 weeks. Yes, this is like 8 months away. if you don't look at this and go, I think we want this, I think this is something we need to do, when they're gone, Eileen, we're not gonna have additional space added
No, we're not.
for a booth or for something like this. And so I just, again, urgency is not just like, hey, we want your money now, because we know it is one of those, because it is like, people want to be here. They want to be in these spaces and they want to have exposure. And that's why they get locked in early.
You know, it's funny that you mentioned that, Jen and Jesse. Again, I'm interrupting you, but I think it's important to mention. I've worked in exhibit and sponsorship sales for most of my nonprofit life, and I'm not going to give you the years on that because we're not going to mention that. But normally, in other organizations that I've worked with in the exhibit hall, you get the roll through. The first day, you get the people collecting swag. The second day, you get the families that are just like, okay, this is cool. The third day and the last day, you actually get the people that wanted to visit them at the beginning, that sent their families, that looked at the swag and all of that other stuff. The very first time that I was at the LCI exhibit hall, I actually saw that people wanted to go through, that they didn't, not that they didn't care about the swag, but that wasn't the reason that they wanted to go. It was that they wanted to look at things that could help them on their lean journey. So it wasn't, I mean, bring swag, absolutely. But it was more along the lines of wanting to talk to people that would enable them to take that next step or overcome those obstacles or talk about their lessons learned and how that software service, whatever it was, would be able to help. I had never seen that before. So that surprised me. But that really is a benefit of the exhibitors for the attendees, but also to have those conversations for the exhibitors themselves to get the feedback on their service or product, and also what the attendees need and what the industry needs that's out there, but also for them to gain warm prospects and things like that, warm leads. So I wanted to share that too.
Our attendees, like I know, because I've been like an 8 to 10 year attendee, and being like going into the trade show, it's a little bit of the like swag's cool. But the people that are in there, they are having intentional conversations. They are building relationships. They are looking at, hey, can I get you to my job site so you can see this? Like, those are the type that I've observed and been able to utilize in my own firm, but also watched how that has worked across the industry.
Oh, it's magic. So here's the summary. Here's what I heard. The spots are filling up. People sign up. Right? Like, I mean, for real, because y'all know this event is, for me, it's all about the community. I see Field Verified. That's one of my really good friends, huge supporter that's like helped coach me and keep my confidence up. And so there's going to be some awesome people. They're already signed up. There's others that there's some technicalities that need to happen. So anything that looks like it's still available, it's not going to be available for very much longer. And then like you're just gonna be with the cool people, right? Like that's the deal.
Right? The exhibit hall is where the cool kids are, ladies and gentlemen.
Speaking of cool kids, Miss Jamie, who is also in the outreach committees, she says, wait a minute, Miguel, we committed to our sponsorship this morning, so that's probably being processed. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about exhibitors and we talked about the innovation spotlight, which I'm interested in that. I got some IT friend, like startup folks that I probably need to let them know about this. And you too out there in the Omniverse, if you know some people that, man, they need to be up with this audience, because the attendees is a different kind of group. Am I speaking out of line, Miss Eileen? What do you think about the attendees?
So
Jesse's Wi-Fi is getting a little janky.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
You're good?
I'm good. All right. So I think that the attendees are different go ahead, Jen.
She's fine.
Okay. So I think that the attendees are different in several ways. The first one is that they are, this isn't difference. I mean, they're eager to learn. They're eager to pick up things. They're eager for peer-to-peer networking and things like that. But again, they're eager to learn from every source that they can.
Yes.
And I think that's a big difference from, other shows where again it's swag here, swag there, send your families, great, we have a bet, that kind of thing. So everywhere you go, you'll find someone learning something or
Yeah.
someone asking a question or looking for an answer or peer-to-peer networking, something like that. So when we do the surveys, we find that a lot of the reason people attend is for the networking aspect, that they can learn so much. So we have networking breaks, networking receptions in the exhibit hall. So when you're networking with your friends and you see that you use such and such a software, you can pull them over and say, this has helped me so much. This helped our planet, all of that good stuff, and meld the two together. And attendees, you asked me the difference, are also, I think, understand that this is the conference specifically for that, for learning. And it's not necessarily we absolutely do recommend that you go out and look at the local restaurants and things like that and take people out to
Yeah.
dinner. But this is I'm a sponge. I want
Yes.
to absorb as much as I possibly can from everywhere that I possibly can. And it's understood that this is where that's going to happen. This is our main event of the year. And this has the keynotes and the sponsorships and the exhibits and all of that. And this is the main place, I think, where people come to learn, is the LCI Congress.
Yeah, I agree 100%, right? The people that are there are sponges. They're hungry. They have a ravenous appetite for learning. They are influencers in their companies and in the industry. And if they're not already decision makers at their firm, most of the folks that are here over the time that I've been involved and seen the different folks, they're 3 to 5 years out of being those decision makers within their firms. And so I'm throwing that out there because it's a fact. And if you are, interested in being an exhibitor, it's a phenomenal audience to be in front of and to maybe be a sponsor of the thing. So we've talked a lot about exhibitors. Are there sponsorship opportunities too? And what's the difference?
Absolutely. So exhibitors are there to showcase themselves and their product or their service. Sponsors are there to more than likely showcase their brand and position themselves as leaders in the industry. The different types of sponsors that we have, you can have FaceTime sponsors, registration sponsorships, there's promotional item sponsorships if you want visibility in different ways. But the sponsorships that we have are basically what pays for what we're able to produce. We have like keynote sponsorships. Well, that's enables us to get the great keynotes that we have. Chris Voss and
Jesse Isom.
Jesse, thank you. My brain exploded and I completely forgot who that was. And we have the safety sponsorship that enables us to provide safety moments during our general sessions. Reception sponsorships that enable those networking receptions that I was just telling you about. So the sponsorships are what allows us to provide the services, the food, the coffee, everything that we do for the Congress.
Yes. And I'm jacking around over here on the website. But first, so folks, if you're like super interested, it's congress.leanconstruction.org. You can go in there and get like the prospectus. That's a fancy word. I don't know exactly what it means, but I think it says like all the different sponsor levels and what you get and how much and all the other stuff. You want to go there. And so, okay, so we talked about exhibitors, we talked about sponsors. There's a bunch of levels for sponsorship. When is this thing, like this big fancy party y'all are talking about?
Congress is October 20th through 24th. And it's divided into 3 separate parts with a golf tournament as well. So it kicks off on October 20th with the golf tournament as well as a little bit of a learning day. So learning day is like a deep dive education training day where we have our education courses. So that's Monday afternoon as well as all day Tuesday. And then we have Wednesday and Thursday, which is what we call our core program. That's plenary sessions, the exhibit hall is open, breakout sessions, the keynote speakers, all of that happens during our core program. And then that Friday, we have what we call our Gemba Day. And those are site visits. So you can see how lean is used on a project. And so those are the core pieces of the Congress that are October 20th to 24th.
I love it. So learning days, that's deep dive, intensive workshops, educational experiences. Golf tournament, same thing, deep dive, work or educational experience. Joking.
Then the Rangers Golf Club this year, so we're really excited to have it. Yes,
very nice.
It's awesome.
Fancy. And then the core program, which is breakout sessions, and you get to learn from other people that have been doing it like for real on their projects within their departments and their teams, etc. And then there's the Gemba Day to like go see it, like
Absolutely.
physically in person to
see. Take what you learned and to go see how it's used on a project. Yes.
Oh my! So this is a whole party, y'all, and it's going down. Arlington, Texas, baby. All my exes live in Texas. Except for one, she moved. But she used to live in Texas.
Do I have time for one more thing before
absolutely. Yes.
One of the things that Congress does is also support the local community. Every year we have in the exhibit hall a silent auction, and that's where the exhibitors will bring items to auction off. And they'll keep them at their booths, and the attendees can go by and bid on those auction items. This year, it's the Texo Foundation,
nice.
And we're all very excited about that. And I encourage everyone to either participate in the silent auction if you're an exhibitor, or bid if you are an attendee, because it does go to a great cause. And we like to support the local community wherever it is that we have Congress.
And Texo does a lot. Right.
Yes.
Don't you know them, Jen?
I do. I get to do a lot of stuff with them because I am here all the time. I am in Dallas, so I get to do a lot with them. But I also want to like add to the silent auction piece. Jesse may not even know this, but that's okay. So also Eileen has orchestrated almost like a library before before where people have donated books to where it's like you get a lot of lean knowledge. And Jesse may not know, but we've donated a book, one that Jesse and I wrote together the last two Congresses, to kind of go into this library that people can bid on. And then the money all goes to to whatever the charity is or the cause. And it's really been cool because you're getting to see what other people are doing out there, but also you get to gain all of that as well.
So I'm going to add on to that, Jen. The great thing about the Lean Library, as we call it, people are donating the books, but they're also giving you a hint of why they donated the book and how it helped them on their lean journey. That's actually written in the book. So you have the book, and you're not just going, "Oh, this is great. I have another book to read." You can see how it helped that person, and maybe that is how you can gauge how it can help you as well.
Yeah. And that's, I think that's the thread that like sews this whole experience together, is everybody there is about not just learning and improving themselves, but also sharing the lessons that they've gone to help accelerate the progress of other people. Like, you don't have to start at zero. You can if you want to, but when you're at Congress, you're gonna meet people, all different kinds of people that are at different levels of application and have suffered through the misery of doing it wrong, maybe. And you can start with the lessons that they already have. You don't have to start up on your own. So I'm excited about the local market coming in and being attendees. Sure, if their sponsors, great. And if their exhibitors, even more greater. But being present as a participant it's a powerful, powerful experience. And so I was looking at, again, the website. So we talked about sponsors, we talked about exhibitors, but check this out. Like, if you're on the list, you get your fancy logo thrown up there. Look at that. And there's different levels: sustaining sponsors, Build Dots, vPlanner, Autodesk, feature sponsored, Bolt, Build Boldly, the deluxe sponsor. You know these people, Jen?
I do.
Oh, look at that. Brosfield Gore, gold sponsors. Oh, look at that. Fancy.
That's
And
really
so-
all I cared about. He didn't care about all the other logos.
That's the only reason he wanted to show it. He was just going through really
Yes.
quickly, and then he came to the
Yes.
advertising sponsors.
There I am.
Name
Which is,
dropping.
yeah, for me, that's like, I get giddy because this is super cool. Like, I've never done that before. That's so awesome.
So it's funny that you mentioned that. The sponsors, actually, the benefits are, of course, there's different for each sponsorship, and everybody gets their logo on all the Congress emails, the website, the LCI Weekly, signage
Ooh.
throughout the sponsorship venue. They get the information on the app, in the sponsor section, and they also get the mailing list of people that have opted into third-party communications. So you're absolutely able to use that without worrying about can spam and other different spam entities and things like that. 1 month prior to, 2 weeks prior to, and 2 weeks after the event. So that's something to think about as well.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Folks, if y'all don't know, them email lists are ultra valuable. And be responsible. Don't just spam them, right? Like give some value if you're gonna be sending emails. But yeah, absolutely. Okay. So how did I do in terms of following the script? Did I do good, y'all?
I
There was a
mean,
script?
about as usual as you normally do.
There was a script? How come I didn't get the script?
You didn't get the
Yes.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, what was the most important question that I forgot to ask?
How I'm doing today.
I'm gonna do mine, Eileen, and then I'll let you do yours. So for me, the question you didn't ask is why would I be going, and why is it important to me? So I'm going to tell you, for me, yes, all of the content all the things that we just talked about for the last 30 minutes, those are all reasons that I'm going to go. But the main reason is, number one, I get to connect with like-minded people that are out there trying to better this industry. And I'm not in there trying to sell or defend or try to figure out, like, everyone there wants to do the exact same thing. And I get to hang out with them. I get to talk about what I'm doing. They get to talk about what they're doing. So the networking and building relationships aspect of Lean, like, you don't see a lot of that, like, blasted on the website. We talk about it, but like, that is the number one reason why I keep coming back. And then we get to go into the trade show. We get to do all these other things where we get to learn new things, but it is the people part. And we're doing it in Arlington, and we're going to have a whole lot of fun. And Keon and I have set goals that are way beyond even sometimes I think LCI is going, are we sure about that? So we have set some really big goals this year because we want it to be like just epic and set the bar really high. So that's
going to be really great. We're really excited this year with the team.
Oh, man. All right.
So if you're asking me about my question, we talked about what, but we didn't talk about why.
Come
so
on.
What are sponsors? What are exhibitors? What is the innovation spotlight? What is all of this and that, but not why you should become a sponsor and why you should become an exhibitor. And that is the question that I think we kind of glossed over or missed altogether. And my answer to that is, yes, you can become a sponsor and for visibility if that's what you want. There's plenty of promotional item sponsorships. There's FaceTime sponsorships. There's all kinds of different things like that. You can become a sponsor to get registrations. There's gold, silver, bronze, red, FaceTime, keynote, safety, whatever. But it's to position yourself as a leader in the industry, as supporting the event. That is what creates these relationships and these networking opportunities and these learning opportunities. And that I think is the most important reason to sponsor the Congress. As far as exhibiting, it's almost the same thing. Yes, you want to get out with a little bit of a difference because it's a product or a service. You want to get out there as a leader in the industry about how your product or service changes the industry and improves the industry. And I think that's the reason why you want to be an exhibitor at Congress as well.
Damn.
Well, and just, I'm a testament to, I know when we were early in our journey and my firm, when we were early in our journey, LCI helped us. LCI and Congress helped us leverage like, hey, we're doing these things, but nobody knows about it. Then we were able to, LCI has a bigger reach. We have a lot of people there that are doing a lot of the things that we wanted to do. So we were able to leverage LCI and what they represent so that people could go, oh, okay, so you are doing these things. Robbins and Morton is doing these things. And we've been able to use that early on to now somehow we're in the front of this and people already think that we are doing stuff. So we kind of get to walk alongside LCI and partner with them and do things. But early on, it was so important to be able to create some credibility.
Yeah. And that's a great reason to sponsor too, because you mentioned that early on you learned from LCI and all of that. Again, the sponsorship brings us the opportunity to bring that value to you as an attendee. So I think that's also important. Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah, 100%. Awesome. Well, y'all, if y'all missed it, if you're watching the replay, still drop the cowboy hat in the comments so we know that you're here. If you want, I know you're going to want information because Miss Jen and Miss Eileen really like just said it like it is. Go to congress.leanconstruction.org to sign up as a participant. Sign up and hurry like super fast if you want to be an exhibitor, because those spots are almost gone. And if you want to be a sponsor, there's still sponsorship opportunities. And you just want to come take selfies with super cool people who sign up and be there with us so we could take selfies, man. Like, come on. Yes. And I didn't upload. Eileen, I know you wanted us to do like a choreographed dance on the.
Oh, yeah, that was my idea.
Yeah, but I didn't upload the music, so we're just gonna have to tell everybody bye, and we'll see you.
Well, and we'll probably do more. I feel like Eileen's done really good. Like whether Jesse can do it or not, we'll probably do more live streams as we continue to get closer to Congress. Maybe highlighting some people and doing some things that have to do with this, and we'll just put the dance in one of those. It's fun.
Okay, there you go. Eileen will be back for the dance.
Oh, I've just been voluntold, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. I'll be in the background playing music. I'll be doing the big
DJ.
I aged myself. And I didn't want to do that.
We will see you all next time. Bye.